Recording in progress. Well, hello there, everybody. Voiceover coachess, mentoress, goddess, Karen-Eileen Gordon here for our final voiceover office hours. Woo! It is both my joy and my sadness to be doing the last session with you. There are lots of new, beautiful things coming. And always, when something lovely comes to an end, it's a very mixed bowl of soup, sweet and sour. It's been my great joy to be your facilitator in office hours for the past year plus. I believe this is lucky 13. And I've got lots of beautiful things that I'm cooking up for you that I will come to you with quite soon. And can't wait to see your faces. I just thought I'd hop on and give an extra thank you and dose of gratitude. So I'll see you all in just a little moment. Recording in progress. Hello, everybody. Coachess, goddess, mentoress, Karen-Eileen Gordon here for our final delicious voiceover office hours, voiceover office hours, voiceover office hours. No idea. Voiceover office hours dance today. Hello. Here, let me stop the share, stop the madness. Let me pin myself. I'm pinned. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. And to those of you listening to the replay, thank you for watching and listening. And to everybody who sent me notes of gratitude and thank you and all of that stuff, I'm very weepy with appreciation. So thank you. Thank you very much. It's been my joy to be your facilitator for the past 12 plus months. I believe this is lucky number 13. And just there's much more to come. It will change form. There's much more juicy, yummy voiceoverness coming at you in the near future. And this is the end of this adventure and the beginning of a new one. So thank you for being with me for all of it. Let me say hello, and let me open the chat because I want to see what is happening. All right. In the chat, tell me, how are you today? Pop in anything. How are you? What's happening in your world? Give one word to describe where you're at today, either personally or in your voiceover life. One descriptive. David is jazzed. That's a good word. I always think of jazz hands, jazzed. Let me think of my word since I'm asking you for one. For some reason, my word is effervescent. Feeling very bubbly. Grateful. Grateful. Yes, Susan is grateful. Yes, yay. Grateful to have all of you here. We are going to talk a little bit about your villages, voiceover villages today, and how to continue to gather support around you. Hold on, let me let some people in. How to continue letting support nourish and move your voiceover journey forward. I'm going to talk specifically about the voiceover world, but as always, the way that I like to talk to you is there's a giant connection between what I will suggest to nourish and move your voiceover world forward and what I would suggest to nourish and move all other areas of your life forward. They are connected, in my humble opinion. So while we're going to frame this in terms of the voiceover universe, just know that any of these things will also deeply nourish the rest of your beautiful life. You are a voiceover human, a voiceover artist, or if you're beginning your journey, you're starting on the path of being a voiceover artist. You bring all of you. You as a human bring. Take two. I was going to say human being bring. You got it. You as a human being bring every part of yourself when you step in front of that mic. So we want to keep you thriving and nourished and healthy and happy on your journey. That's what we really want. For those of you just entering the room, I asked you to pop a single word in the chat. How are you today? Mine was effervescent. All words are acceptable. And we're talking about villages and how to continue to support yourself in your voiceover journey. So this is going to be a little interactive today. Stoked! Sharon is stoked. Love that word. Tell me If you're willing to share, and I, of course, will share with you from my point of view, what sort of voiceover support do you feel you have at the moment? What do you got? Do you have mentors? Do you have classes? You, of course, have had this voiceover hours, which I adore. What else? What else you got going on in your voiceover life to support you, to help you be accountable, to just hash things out or ask questions when you have them? What do you have going on? Just want to check in with people. So I've been at this for a little minute now. Some would say from the womb. Uh, so for whatever reason, my earliest voiceover mentors and teachers really instilled in me the importance of creating voiceover community. So I have moved forward on my journey with that in place. And I remember being very surprised when I, moved out into the voiceover world a little farther, that not everybody talked about that and not everybody thought that way and not everybody had that in their treasure chest. So I want to make sure that you all know that it takes a village for anybody to thrive in increasingly successful voiceover levels and life levels. Nobody does it alone. And so I just want you to be gently mindful, if you're not already, to take a little inventory of what kind of support you've got going on. Community. David H. Lawrence has a community, and we'll talk about that. Because if you're not already connected to Mr. Lawrence, I'd like to invite you to be connected to him. The organization that he founded, that I adore, I've talked about this many times. I went through this training so I can speak of it with great personal experience, and I'm also a coach for him. It's called voiceover.com. Let me pop that in the chat. I think almost everybody of you know about it, but I want you, heroes.com. It is a paid training, and David is also very generous and offers lots of wonderful YouTube videos, and there's podcasts, and there's all kinds of beautiful free content specifically for you as a voiceover artist. Sharon says, mentor goddess and the VO Village peers. Yes. I am very honored to work as a voiceover mentor. I love that very close one-on-one interaction with all of you, and I'm getting ready to launch another mentorship cohort, maybe the end of this year, but by the beginning of next year. Yes, this is a happy dance. Yes. I'm very, very grateful to be part of that. If you're not already doing this, one of the beautiful outcomes of my cohort one for my mentorship, and also I know one of the beautiful outcomes of David's VO Heroes Village is there's support. So for VO Heroes, there's a self-contained, hold on, let me let people in. There's a self-contained village that's not on Facebook. Some people love Facebook. Whatever your feeling is about Facebook, it's a place to connect, right? So if you're absolutely anti-Facebook, a lot of people are moving their chat communities into a different place, onto their own website. So if you become a member of David's group or village, there's a place to check in all the time. The cohort from my membership, we created a WhatsApp group that is continuing to go. So the mentorship ended, but those humans have bonded as voiceover humans going on a journey will. Hello there. And continue to support each other, and it's magical. So if you don't already have something like that in your voiceover world, I want you to gently ask yourself the question, how might you create some sort of voiceover village or community or support for yourself? One of the many ways to do that is to find a human being who's also on this journey and serve as an accountability buddy or partner. And that can look any way you like. I have a lot of accountability buddies and partners and goddesses and wizards in my life. I love that kind of check-in. For some of those, we send each other a quick text every day. This is what I'm going to do today. And then we sort of check back in with each other. No pressure, no judging, just a way to be accountable. There are some people that I hop on a Zoom with once a week for accountability. There are some people that we create a little WhatsApp group. There's so many ways to do it that are free and involve only you asking yourself the question, who might that be or who might those people be? It's very nourishing and wonderful indeed. And I want to encourage you to let that idea rumble around in your big, beautiful brain. I'm hoping, as I will, I feel like this is a journey. We're never done. We don't ever get. That's the nature of life. Those of you who know Abraham Hicks, I'm a huge fan of knowing what you're thinking and being aware of what kind of energy that's creating in you, right? So that's sort of radical self-care, in my opinion. We'll talk about that some more today. Uh, I had so many thoughts bumping up against each other, like in a traffic jam, that one got lost. It'll come back. It will come right back. Let me check the chat because some beautiful things here. Sharon, yes, Sharon is a graduate, as am I, of something called the ACX Masterclass, and some of you listening in archive are also graduates. Yet another training created by Mr. Lawrence and Dan O'Day. I'm also a graduate of that, so I can talk to you very, very authentically about that. That course launched my audiobook career. So there's so much information out there that's free if you want to try on a mentor or a village before investing dollars. And I recommend that. I want you to find the people who feel like a match to you. So one way to do that is, are you on their list? Are you checking them out on YouTube? Do you follow them on social media and see what they post? There's so many ways to get their vibe and see what they're about before you decide to invest your very important and hard-earned dollars. And I, for one, take that very, very seriously. When you spend $1 with me, I know what that is as an artist, to invest money in your forward movement. So I want to encourage you to take advantage of the huge bounty of beautiful free resources in order to get to know a mentor, a coach, a village, to see if they're a match for you. Beautiful. Let's see. Susan, hope to be joining David this year. I can't recommend it enough. I'm very biased. Susan has a show. Yay. All right, good. I'm just checking the chat. So just wanted to give you that. Let me do a little bit of admin because I know this is the last time we will be meeting in this particular format. Cards here. So if you are on Facebook and you have not already joined the group that I set up, which is called Karen-Eileen Gordon's Voiceover Office Hours. And for those of you in archive, that group will remain open. If you're not already a member there, please request to join. I will approve you. You're in. Yay. And all of the recordings for all of the Voiceover Office Hours live there and will live there eternally, unless Facebook decides they're going to shut themselves down, and then it'll go away. However, if that happens, I have a backup because I'm a huge fan of backups. I want to encourage all of you to be a huge fan of backups. So also, all of the recordings of Voiceover Office Hours live on my YouTube channel, which is Karen-Eileen Gordon. If you search it, you will find it. It's a little playlist called Voiceover Office Hours. And I'm going to continue to put some yummy content out there. If you're a fan of YouTube, I welcome you to subscribe, and you'll get everything that I put out. What else did I want to ask you about? You can always email me. Office hours may be changing form and going away for now. However, I am available to you. You are happily stuck with me. I'm happily stuck with you. If you hit reply to any of the notices about Voiceover Office Hours, any of them that I've sent, you will get to me. You can email me. I will also pop an email in the chat for you right now. Here we go. Typing. Let me make sure it's correct before I hit send. Yes, there it is. earblisscreative@gmail.com. So you can reach me there anytime. Let's see what else I wanted to ask you about. That might be it. I'm going to plant all those beautiful seeds for you. Oh, we have a juicy time today. Okay, I have some questions that were sent in. I want to check in with all of you. Anybody have a question they want to start with in any area of voiceover? What's on your brain? What are you working on? Something you might want help with from the Day starts the 17th has raised his hand.
I just want to check with you. The Facebook group is private, yes?
It is private. You do need to.
The YouTube is public?
The YouTube is public.
So what we say here is available to the public. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay.
That is correct. If that is a challenge or a problem, everybody please let me know.
Just wanted to know to make sure. I just wanted to make.
Yes. So don't be trash talking people here, Mr. Lawrence.
I will.
Don't
keep
be
my
doing
opinions
it.
to myself.
Very good question. Very good question indeed. Yes, that's an unusual choice on my behalf. I'm still navigating this like you all are in terms of like expanding out and where the content is available. So in the private group, in the Facebook private group, you can ask me questions and I will comment in a way that nobody but members of that group will see. If you comment in YouTube, those comments are public to all of the YouTube universe, as is the content. Okay. And the other thing to tell you, and thank you for reminding me, sir, that reminded me, David. Those of you who have signed up for office hours, some of you have been with me from the beginning, some of you are new. I'm grateful for all of you. Within the next week or so, I will add you to my voiceover email list if you're not already on it. Please know that if you hate email lists, zero pressure ever, just delete that sucker. It'll come from a company called Aweber, which is the company that manages my email list. I adore them. And you have to respond to that email, which may wind up in junk or spam if you've never received anything from Aweber. If you're not a list person, again, no problem. Please just always know you can reach out to me directly through email. You can go to the Facebook group and tag me and drop a comment. There are a lot of ways to get to me. But if you want to know about everything that I'm doing, that is my email list. And I'm very judicious. I never share your information ever, ever, ever. I would say at the moment, I probably email maybe twice a month. It's very, very light. So that'll come in the next week or so. Questions, thoughts, comments. We're going to do some radical self-care today. Of course, every office hour is radical self-care. And I'm very excited that one of the things I'm going to be bringing to you in the near future is an entire course on radical self-care for voiceover artists, radical self-care for creatives. So I'm very excited to be, that's bubbling on the stove right now. Okay, questions, thoughts, comments. I want to have a gallery view so I can see all of you. Oh, hello, gallery. There you are. Anybody have a thought, a comment? Or if not, I will go to the questions that were sent in from the lovely humans who are not able to be here today at this time, but said, please, please, please answer my question. You get first choice because you guys are in the room. In the room. Room gets first choice. There we go. Everybody's feeling very quiet. All right. The other thing I want all of you to think about, those of you who are here, we're going to do one radical self-care for voiceovers exercise today, tool, gem today. One of them is going to be my choice, and one of them will be your choice. So the one that I'm going to lead us through, it's one of my favorites. We have done it before here, is called heart-centered breathing. And so we're going to be doing that, but I just kind of want you to be thinking about, was there a radical self-care gem or tool or experience that you experienced here or in any of the trainings that you may have done with me that you really love that you'd like to go through again today here? And if so, just pop that in the chat. All right. Yes, sir. Hold on. There we go. Hi.
Did you have I don't know because I didn't go to all of them. Did you ever have a guided meditation on having the confidence to get started on something, to just begin something? Because I would love to experience that with you if you have.
Yes. The form in which I have taught that up until now is the sixth sensory visualization tool that many of your favorite gold medal Olympians use as part of their training. And I can I tell people about what you're cooking up? Can I tell them like a teeny bit about what's coming from you, or would you prefer that I not do that yet?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well then I'm gonna say it. So I'm a huge meditator. I've been meditating for more than 2 decades, big fan. And so part of radical self-care for creatives is going to be lots of guided meditations. And David A. Lawrence the 17th is also moving into that world, wanting to offer guided meditations for voiceover artists. So that content will be coming from both of us. So very, very excited about that. Chris has a tech question for David. Chris, are you able to unmute? I'm not sure if you're at work or in a place where you can actually talk to us. If not, you can pop it in the chat.
He's able to look pretty sharp business-wise.
He looks I know, that's a power suit. It's in the chat. Okay, so we're going to assume you're better at not unmuting. So I'm going to read the question out loud for the people watching the replay. Chris says, can I use an AT2020 USB Plus with the new Mac Pro M1 Max? Mr. Lawrence, hold on, let me pin you so we get the full benefit. You're pinned.
Do you mean Spotlight?
Oh, I pinned you instead of, yes, that is what I meant. Let me remove
And
the
for you
pin.
too. For you
I'm
too.
spotlit.
Are you?
I was. Let's
I
see.
think you pinned yourself.
Did I pin myself? That's naughty.
Yeah.
Oh, I pinned myself. Yikes.
We're just building the suspense here.
Well, there we go. Nice to be in the spotlight. Here we go. Add the spotlight. Now we're spotlit. There we are. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So the short answer, the too long didn't read answer is absolutely.
That's nice and short.
And the longer answer is this microphone, which is the microphone that he's talking about.
And this microphone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really doesn't have any sort of operating system limitations, or it's kind of future proofed because
Mm.
it doesn't require on the Macintosh any sort of driver installation or, hey, is this compatible with this new thing? Unless Apple does something really goofy with the world of USB.
Which could happen, I suppose, but
I don't
then
think so, because that would break a whole lot of other things as well. So
yeah, but the village will update you. Like, if there's a radical shift, one of the benefits of having a village is the people around you will say, hey, this change has happened, which David did to the world when Catalina temporarily was not happy with Audacity. So you want a village around you so you stay current. That's another reason. Go ahead, sir. Wanted to throw that in.
yeah, and I think the further question that he has is important. He says that the Mac Pro M1 Max has a Thunderbolt 4,
Yeah.
which is a USB Type C, a little sort of oval racetrack shaped plug, as opposed to the typical squared off spade plug of a USB A.
Yeah.
And all you need there is a simple $2 adapter that you can buy all day long on Amazon that you fit over the plug, or get yourself a replacement cord that has USB B on one end, that square kind of printer,
Yeah.
or in the case of the microphone, the part that goes into the microphone. They sell them with the other end having USB-C on them if you want to be really neat about your cabling.
Yeah.
But a simple adapter will work as well to go from a USB-A, which is again that spade thing, to the USB-C, tiny little USB-C thing, and it works like a charm. It's overkill. There's no problem with that whatsoever. In fact, right now, the microphone that I just showed you is plugged into a USB-C port on my M1 Mac that I use in my video studio. So works just fine and no problem.
Yay! And Chris says, for the benefit of those who won't be reading the chat, that he is a tech nerd. I'm a not so secret baby tech nerd. I love tech nerds. Tech is awesome. Tech is your bestie, and I love talking about it and talking to people who like to talk about it. So ask all day. Very, very good. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Lawrence, for your wisdom. Let's see. La, la, la. There we go. Ha, ha, ha. La, la, la. Questions, thoughts, comments from the room. Let's see. Anybody else? Anything they're thinking about? Otherwise, I'm gonna go to the list. Okay. You think of a question, just pop it in the chat. So, this is from Jeff, and Jeff says, I understand some people do not put anything on the hard drive on their computer. Can you talk to me about the pros and cons of why I would want to be doing that? It's a big change from how I have been operating. So, this is another question we might bring in Mr. Lawrence for, because I happen to know that he is one of the human beings who operates in that manner. I do keep things on my hard drive. And what Jeff is talking about here is that you have the choice when you save something on your computer, audio, document, video, text file, you have the choice to save it natively on your computer and on the hard drive, which has a limited amount of space, or you can have an external hard drive plugged into your computer and save everything on the external drive, so that your computer basically is kind of how it came out of the box in terms of what's on it. There's almost nothing on it. And the advantage to that from what I understand, because I don't operate this way, but I know people who do, and we will ask him to chime in a moment. The benefit of that, from what I understand, is that your computer will run like lightning, like the wind, quicker than lightning, because there's really nothing for it to do. Everything that's hard to do is happening on that external drive. Now, this is also something I'll check in with you on, David. I feel nervous about that, so I understand Jeff's question, because I've not yet operated that way, and I have some sort of irrational fear that my backup drive will fail, or that my duplicate or triplicate backup drives will somehow fail, and then it'll be bad. So I'm adding a question on top of Jeff's question. So let me ask you to come back in, because I know that you operate this way and are pretty expert here. All right. I'm gonna add, there you go. Hi.
So, hi.
Hi.
So, just to clarify, your computer has an internal hard drive.
Yes.
Many of the laptops that people are buying these days have SSD drives. They're solid state. They don't have any platters that spin.
No fan.
Yeah, there's no fan in many of them.
Mhm.
That drive should have one very important thing on it, and that's your applications. So when
Okay.
you install something, when you install Audacity, or when you install Chrome, or when you install Zoom,
Mhm.
you
Or
install
Audio
it,
Cupcake, like
Audio
that.
Cupcake.
Mhm.
You install, and we're talking about Mac for that. You install
Yeah,
it
yeah.
on the
Lovely.
drive inside your computer.
Oh, that's okay. I didn't know that was the exception to what you wanted
Yeah,
to keep.
the
Okay.
drive that's usually attached outside the computer. This is a tradition that's been around since the 90s.
Really?
And it's kind of it's kind of an artifact from then, because computers were a lot slower then.
Yeah.
They didn't have advantage of some of the faster speeds that data is driven by these days. But the real benefit to this is only the applications are running on your computer. The applications aren't also reading and writing data on the hard drive inside your computer at the same time that they're running.
Oh, that's
And
super techy and interesting. Okay.
I get your super paranoid, and it's a beautiful thing to actually be concerned about,
Okay, yes, I thought so. Yes.
because there are two types of people in the world. There are people who have lost data and cry salty tears,
Salty
and then
tears.
there are people who are going to lose data and cry salty tears.
And I
um
want you to tell this. Will you please tell the story, now that we're talking about this, of I may get the phrase wrong. Was it a brownout? What was the thing that happened when?
yeah.
Yeah.
So New Year's Eve 1999 into 2000, I was, because I'm a doof, I was actually
That's a great
working
word.
on my computer at the time. And
Little New Year's Eve tech work.
yeah, and I was kind of like daring the universe to have a Y2K problem, because I was firmly convinced that big business and governments would never allow this to happen because it was so huge, and
Right.
they didn't. There was no problem. But for me, little tiny me in Baltimore, Maryland at the time,
Oh, I didn't know that's where you
I
were.
rebooted just before midnight. I rebooted my computer,
Huh.
and as my computer was coming up, there was a power sag, and I don't
As it
know.
was coming on, as it was coming back, it happened.
Right. And my internal
Oh.
hard drive failed, my external hard drive failed, and my backup drive failed. And at the
Oh
time,
no!
they all got fried. They all got destroyed at the same time.
I'm
And
feeling emotional. This happened a long time ago, and you're over it. I'm feeling emotional.
yeah, yeah. So
Wow.
that prompted the whole rotating backup thing. And anyway,
Okay.
the point is, having an external drive gives you actually additional protection rather than another thing to fail if you have it set up properly.
Okay.
And I would love to take you under my wing once again and just comfort you
Thank
and
you.
give you
Hold my
support,
hand.
and just know that you're giving yourself more cushion for protection by doing it that way than by having everything on one drive.
Oh my God.
Um,
Okay. It's a big move.
the that's just what happened. Anyway,
Okay.
the
All right.
point is when you have this external drive, that's where you store all your data. So as you record things, you
Mm-hmm.
set Audacity to do the recording on the external drive
Mm-hmm.
rather than on the internal drive, and the
Okay.
saving of things into folders on your external drive rather than your internal drive.
Mm-hmm.
And that external drive, you should label in your head a storage drive, not a backup drive.
Yes, that I understand sort of inherently. I don't know why, but speak about that for a second because I know people think they're the same,
Yeah.
backup
So
and storage. Yeah,
don't ever write data or store things yourself on a backup drive.
right.
Let your backup system, in the case of Macintosh Time Machine, is elegant and beautiful and
Yeah,
built into your computer.
and works
Let
works
it,
beautifully. Yeah,
let it
yeah.
back up both your internal drive in your computer as
Hmm.
well as that external storage drive onto a series of backup drives.
Yeah.
But it's easier on the amount of on the speed that your computer works with, on the data flow on and off your internal hard drive. And I know this is all like, wait, what internal,
No,
external
I want people
backup?
to
What the hell?
hear it because it's important. Even if it's just bathing over them, and even if you're not getting it, I want you guys to
Yeah.
just start to understand some of these more advanced concepts so that you can again thrive and protect yourself and be CEO of Voiceover You Incorporated in a lovely, awake manner. Yes, please continue.
So if you have your main computer, right, your laptop, and inside that computer is a hard drive where all of your applications are, where Audacity is, where
Mm-hmm.
Zoom is, where Chrome is,
Yeah.
where your operating system is. It's got a
Right.
drive inside.
Yeah.
What Karen-Eileen Gordon does is she also writes data to that drive.
I do.
Right? Yeah. So add to that an external drive. You still have your apps and everything running on your main computer,
Mm-hmm.
but any data is being fed to the external drive and being
Mm-hmm.
stored there.
Yeah.
So you have your laptop, your external drive, and then add a third drive for backup. So it backs
Huh.
up both this drive and this drive, right?
It backs up.
And
My brain is okay. Go ahead.
that's it.
No, that's very okay. So you and I are going to talk about that. So I am going to take a step into this universe where this is what I do. So I'm sure I'll make.
Ellen's already moving on to in and out breathing.
Yeah,
She's so like over
no,
all
it's a
this.
lot. It's a lot,
Yeah.
and we're going to do an extra dose of in and out breathing because we're doing so much tech. We're going to balance it out. Thank you for sharing all of that. I appreciate it. I know our humans appreciate it. I feel like I learned a new piece of information here, which is something that I didn't understand, which I'll talk to you about, and then I'll make a video about it because I like to do that and share it with the village. That with the drive that I'm writing stuff to, if I'm going to clear off my computer, if I run Time Machine with that drive plugged in, Time Machine grabs the content of that as well. Is that what I heard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happens is
That's very cool.
any drive that you identify to be backed up
Yeah.
will be backed up. And
Okay.
so
Gotcha. It's about the settings.
the internal drive and your external storage drive will both be backed up at the same time. Doesn't take but a moment. Shan't be a moment. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. That was a big, beautiful dose of tech talk. Thank you very, very much indeed. Okay. Okay. This is a very good moment to go into some radical self-care and some breathing. Yay. So I invite you, before we get started, to notice on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is you're a noodle, any kind of noodle you like, organic, gluten-free noodle, mung bean thread, ravioli, whatever kind of noodle. But you're so relaxed, you're a noodle, you might fall asleep and lean out of your Zoom square, which would be a compliment. So 1 is that level of relaxed. 10 is you're pretty darn stressed out and you're feeling the stress in your body, and like the idea of a panic attack is not really too far away. So 1 is noodle, 10 is panic. So wait, just notice, where is your calmness level or your stress or anxiety level today on that scale of 1 to 10? Only right answers, by the way. We're just checking in, gently checking in. If you want to share in the chat, please do. I'm pretty relaxed today. I always feel very calm when I come talk to you guys. I think I'm a 3. Um, everybody, okay, good. Now, those of you who have your camera on, if you're more comfortable turning your camera off, please do. Want you to be comfy here. And we're going to do the heart-centered breathing that we're going to do. I'll remind you because it's been a minute since we did it in voiceover office hours. The in and out is the 4-count breath. And the reason that I love the heart-centered breathing as opposed to other forms of counted breathing, and any kind of counted breathing will relax you. In the military, I understand they use a lot of, it's called box breathing. It's 4 count. Breathe into 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4. That's called box breathing. That will also relax the heck out of you pretty quickly. Heart-centered breathing, I adore because there's some really interesting science, and there's been some studies done that show that when we focus on the heart, there is a layer of kindness and self-compassion that kicks in strongly that is less present in other forms of breathing. Though, like I said, any form of breathing will calm you. I love the extra layer of giving yourself a dose of yummy appreciation. So that's why I adore this one. Before we put hands on heart, I want you to just shake out your hands a little bit, waggle your feet. Hands and feet tend to hold a lot of stress when we're sitting. Go ahead and roll your shoulders back 1 or 2 times. Just slowly roll them back away from you. Remember to breathe, and then we're going to roll forward again 1 or 2 times. Very good. And we're going to add in a little today. Just go ahead and mush the back of your neck. Just mush on the back of your neck a little bit gently to release any tension that's there. Squeeze on your shoulders in case there's any tension stored there. That's another great container where we like to put our stress. And go ahead and take a deep breath in and let it out with some sound. One more deep breath in and out with some sound. Very good. So I'll invite you to close your eyes, settle into your chair or your bench, or if you're reclining or laying, just let wherever you are feel very supportive to you. And just know that this next few minutes is completely dedicated to you. Just all about your calmness and relaxation, and that taking these little oases of time in your day can supercharge and nourish and really fill your tank and your well and your energy bank for the next several hours. Is very powerful. So go ahead and place one or both hands over your heart, and I'm going to count us in and out to a 4 count. And I'm just so we know, I'll give you a sense of it. I'm just going to see how long we're going for. So hands on heart, eyes closed if you're comfortable. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for a beat. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for a beat. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for a beat. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for a beat. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for a beat. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for a beat. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for a beat. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for a beat. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for a beat. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for a beat. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for a beat. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for a beat. Last time. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for a beat. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. Deep breath in. Out with some sound. Once more, deep breath in. Out with some sound. And very gently, the re-entry from even a little bit of this is important. So please be gentle and kind to yourself as you're coming back from a moment like this. Gently feel yourself on your chair or your couch or whatever surface you're on. Keep breathing. Notice your arms and feet. You can wiggle your fingers and toes if you like to bring yourself back into your body a little bit. And very gently, when you're ready, come all the way back into your beautiful Zoom square. Camera on or off as you like. And I'm going to hydrate while you're doing that. It's a very noisy lid. Ah, I adore that. I adore that exercise. Well, how are you feeling? On that same beautiful scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is very relaxed and 10 is pretty darn stressed out, where is your number now, your relaxation and or stress level? Ellen's at a 1. Oh, that makes me so happy. I'm at a 1 also. When talking you through this, the benefit of doing all these wonderful radical self-care adventures is that I go on the adventure with you. So I'm there too. Oh, thank you, Ellen. You paid me a lovely compliment. I'm so thrilled. And that's, just so you know, everybody, that was 90 seconds. I adore yoga classes, typically an hour to an hour and a half. I adore massages, anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours, depending on how much you like massages. I adore trips to the beach. I adore walking in the park. I want us to do things, any of those things that nourish us and help us to feel calm and connected. And I also want you to have a works right now toolkit. 90 seconds. That's one of the many reasons I adore it. Really big shift can happen in 90 seconds. David is feeling a little less anxious, but for those of you who won't have the chat, David has a Zoom coming up that's challenging. And so he was prevented from going all the way to 1 because he's looking forward. Now, I've actually used this tool during a Zoom. You don't have to obviously put your hand on your heart, but in the parts of the Zoom where you're not talking, you can certainly be breathing in and out to a count of 4 and imagining a hand on your heart to keep yourself grounded in a Zoom, or a challenging conversation with a boss, a significant other, a family member, fill in the blanks. So this can be customized for use whenever you find yourself in a situation where your stress or anxiety level is boosted and you want to bring in some peace and calm. So thank you for sharing that. That's a great thing to bring up. There was something in the chat I wanted to catch. Okay, yes, those of you who have to leave, please pop in and out as you need to. Like I said, the replay will be available. I'm so happy to have you here in whatever capacity you're able to be here. We have about 20 minutes left. Before I go back to my list of questions, I just want to check in to see if there's anything anybody wants to share. Yes, sir. Hi. Hello.
I don't want to leave before I tell you just how grateful I am for whatever you've done over the last year or so
Wait.
to lead me to be more open to some of the things that before I discarded out of hand when it comes to things like meditation, like connections other than overt physical, provable, factual left brain connections. It has been a year of discovery of the right half of my brain, and you are responsible for much of that, and I really appreciate it. So thank you.
David H. Lawrence the 17th. I'm weeping in the Zoom, weeping with gratitude. Thank you for that gorgeous feedback. I have spotlit you because I wanted to see you when you were talking, and I just want to say thank you right back because I love this world and I love these tools and I have an experience of them for many years. I really want everybody to be comfortable being so very skeptical indeed until you have your own experience of something. I want you all to reserve your opinion until you have your own experience of something and you feel in your world, in your life, in your voiceover career, in your mind, body, and spirit, something has been helped, assisted, nourished, shifted. So I say thank you right back. I'm so grateful that you have been in these sessions and that the idea that I have played a part in helping you move into being even more fully awesome David H. Lawrence the 17th on the planet makes me just want to cry with gratitude. So, la la la.
I have to go prep. I will see you soon.
Bye. Thank you so much for that beautifulness. Thank you. Oh my goodness, people. Oh, that was Ellen, thank you. Thank you for all this love in the chat, everybody. My goodness gravy. I'm gonna take a moment. I'm gonna do some heart-centered breath and center myself. Oh boy. Just a joy. Just joy, 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 joy to share all of this with you. I'm gonna check the chat. Does anybody have any voiceover questions? Technique, technology, networking, marketing, visioning, what's possible, what's not possible, anything coming up for you? And if the answer is no, we will continue to just visit and do some more radical voiceover self-care for the rest of our beautiful time together. Checking the chat, checking the chat, checking the chat, checking the chat. Okay. All right. Let me see. There's so many questions here. I might make an executive decision. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. It's just biggest love ever. All right, I'm gonna do one more of our radical self-care tools. If you'd like to stay, please stay. If not, you'll be able to watch this in the replay. It's the sixth sensory visualization. It's one of my favorite. And because David had asked about something to help instill confidence, guided meditations are really beautiful for that. Affirmation work is really beautiful for that. And I'm going to see if I can customize it for us today in the voiceover world. It'll be a shorter version of the sixth sensory, but you can expand it out however you like. So again, I'm going to invite you to, the lights are very excited. I'm going to invite you to get comfortable. Let me see. I think I have gallery view. Let's see. Oh, Ellen has a question, by the way. Are there 16 Davids prior in David's family? That's David H. Lawrence the 17th, who I'm very happy to call friend, and he's a fellow voiceover rock star, coach, and instructor. When he went to register for imdb.com, I think almost all of you know what that is, but just in case some of you listening do not, it's the Internet Movie Database, imdb.com. And it's a listing of every credit that every actor and producer and writer on the planet has ever had. It's a place to see somebody's giant body of work in one click. And when you sign up as a performer or in any capacity, when you sign up, if your name is already taken, you need to choose a different name. So when David, this is a hilarious story. So when he went to sign up for imdb.com at the beginning of his on-camera career, there were 16 other David H. Lawrence's already signed up in various forms. So he, as a joke, decided to be David H. Lawrence the 17th, and it stuck. So that is the story. That's a funny question and a funny story. It's really, really good. There's no other Karen-Eileen Gordons, so I got first pick. I was very, very excited about that. All right, everybody, I know we just got relaxed, but go ahead and do it again. Waggle out your hands and feet. Get comfortable in your chair. And I invite you to close your eyes. And this is going to be a little sixth sensory journey for self-confidence in terms of your voiceover life. And you could do any customization of this you want, but this is the one we're going to do today. I invite you to make it your own either today or when you do it in the future. So, oh, let's see. Oh, it's almost like a choose your own adventure. It's very, very exciting. Okay. Okay, here we go. So I'd like you to imagine yourself in one of your favorite places on the planet. And that could be inside or outside. It could be somewhere you've been or have always wanted to go, but I'd like you to place yourself there in a way that you're very comfortable. If it's a beach, put yourself either on the sand if that's what you like, or on a fluffy blanket or in a chair. If it's the top of a mountain, put yourself somewhere fabulous. Are you on the earth on the mountain? Are you sitting in a tent? If it's Paris, where are you? Are you in a cafe, outside watching the Eiffel Tower being lit up? Just very specific to you. I want you to really ground yourself in one of your favorite places on the planet. And we're going to do the six sensory to get you really, really in there. So I want you to, and let me write them down so I keep them all. This is, okay, I keep seeing that place. Great. So we're going to do five sensory and then the sixth one that I like to add in. So I want you to look around and just notice what you're seeing and really take this in. This is your favorite place. So you're the director of this movie. I want you to encourage you to populate this field of vision with all your favorite stuff. Again, if you're at the beach, it's gorgeous. You're seeing whatever most pleases you, a sunrise or a sunset. You're seeing whatever kind of birds make you happiest. You're seeing whatever along the beach is most lovely to you, big waves, small waves, boats on the horizon. I want you to populate your favorite place with things that just make you go, wow, this is extraordinarily beautiful and amazing to look at. So go ahead and look around. Also, just kind of look down, and whatever you have chosen to wear in your favorite place on the planet is one of your favorite, most comfortable things on the planet, given where you are, appropriate to where you are. If you're, again, I don't know why I keep getting Paris. Somebody in the room must be in Paris. Your favorite beautiful like suit or dress. Is it dressy Paris or casual Paris? It's completely up to you. On the beach, are you in your bathing suit? Are you ready to go in the water? Are you wearing scuba gear? Are you just dressed comfortably, but just super comfortable? I want you to look at what you're wearing. Now let's log in to your sense of hearing. Let's bring that online. What are you hearing in this beautiful, beautiful place that you're in? Are there other people, nature sounds? Is there wind? Is there rain? Is there thunder? Is there music? Is there traffic? What's going on? Just take a moment to hear what's in this amazing, amazing place where you are. And now the sense of smell. And again, you're writing this movie, so these are your favorite scents. This is your favorite place. So what in the world is wafting towards you? If you're on a beach, is there a campfire? Are you smelling the crackling wood? Are you smelling s'mores or marshmallows? Are you smelling the salt air? If you're in Paris, are you smelling a croissant of some kind? Is there a tree or flower that's blooming? Again, this is customized to you. So what are you smelling in your beautiful, beautiful scenario here? The sense of taste. So this is your favorite place. I'd like you to have something with you in your favorite place, a beverage or a snack or a meal, something that you adore. And I'd like you to take either a bite or a sip of one of your favorite foods or drinks on the planet, only appropriate, obviously, because you're in your favorite place. Of course, your favorite food or beverage would be with you. So take a bite or a sip of that and really savor that thing. It's delicious. It's one of your favorites, and you're in your favorite place having it. So it's really magical. And just really enjoy that bite or that sip. And finally, the sense of touch. I just want you to feel what it is you're either sitting on or standing on or laying on, and how good it feels and how supported you are. And again, how comfortable you feel in your clothing that you've chosen. Feel it against your skin. You're very comfortable temperature-wise. Your feet are comfortable. Shoes or no shoes, but either way, if you're wearing shoes, you're just really comfortable. And now I'd like you to visualize somebody walking towards you. And this person, you don't know them, but you know immediately from their energy that they're extraordinarily friendly. You are just getting a vibration of love and light and peace and gratitude just off of them in waves. And they're gently coming towards you. And if you're seated, they sit down next to you. If you're standing, they stand in front of you. However you want this person to approach you very comfortably. And of course, you can say hello or whatever you'd like to them, but I want you to hear this person say to you, I never do this, but I have been very moved to give you a message. And I know this is unusual because we don't know each other, but it was very clear. I am to give you this message. And I'd like you to hear them say the following thing. You are about to step into your full confidence. And I'd like you to hear this person saying, I don't know what that means to you, but it woke me up from my nap that I was having, down the way or down the street, or got me up from my table. And it was so strong. I've never had this experience before, but I just had to come and tell you that the message is you're about to step into your full confidence and power in a way that you've never experienced before, in a way that will blow your mind, and you're ready. And I've delivered this message. I don't know what it means. I know you'll know what it means, but I'm very happy to have been the messenger. And I want you to stare into this person's eyes and really, really get that this person's message is absolutely the truth. Absolutely the truth. And whatever you feel like is most lovely, if you want to reach out and shake their hand or hold their hand, this is sort of a COVID-free zone. If you want to hug them, go ahead and do that. And either way, what you feel when you either grab their hand or you give them a hug is you feel the truth of what they're saying, the love, the gratitude, the support from this complete stranger who, for some reason, was moved to come and deliver this message for you. And then you can hear them say whatever you'd like to hear them say as a farewell, wishing you well and being so happy that they also had this very unusual experience of being asked by some force to move them to come and be a channel for a message for you. And then you're going to watch them walk away back to where they came from, down the beach, down the street, back to the restaurant, to the other office, wherever you are. They're going back to where they came from. And now here's the sixth sense for you. I want you to really let flow through you the truth of that statement. That you are about to step into your full confidence, self-confidence, and power in a way that you never have before, in a way that will blow your mind, and you are ready. I'd like you to feel the energy of what that feels like running through your body. And again, this is your movie, and if you're not already there, I want to encourage you to let that be really glorious, because it is really glorious. And just let that run through you for a couple moments. And I want to tell you, I don't believe in accidents. And so for whatever reason, David brought this up. I was meant to channel this, but this is real stuff here, folks. So everybody in this room, there are no accidents, was meant to hear this particular message today. So I'm going to go away for just about a minute or so and leave you in this space. I want you to run this energy through you and really enjoy it. You're about to come into a huge level of self-confidence, more self-confidence than ever before, and a level of self-confidence and power that will blow your mind in a good way. And you are ready. Let that run through you, and I'll be back in just a moment. And very gently, when you're ready, go ahead and come back into your beautiful Zoom square. Wiggle your fingers and toes very gently. Just come back into your body, this present moment. Thursday, March 31st, 2022, last day of March. And remember to breathe. Wow. Well, I'm hoping that was enjoyable, helpful, nourishing for all of you. Like I said, when I talk through it, I also get to experience it with you. So it was very good for me. So I'm hoping that that's also was the case for all of you. We are amazingly at the top of our hour. I cannot thank you enough for being part of the voiceover office hours village for the past year and change. You have been a great treasure and a gift to me, allowing me to share these things with you, both in the voiceover technique and technology world and in the radical self-care world. Strengthens it in me. So I love to share it because I always get a gift. And it's wonderful to have been with you and watch you grow and hear the light bulbs go on and sense the appreciation for the help of the village. I know exactly what that is, and I'm so happy to have been a part of that. I adore all of you. Please go forth and be awesome. You are awesome. You're happily stuck with me. Please let me know how you're doing. Email me, check in with me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. That's where I mostly am on social media. And I'd be thrilled to know how your journey's going. You're so, so welcome, everybody. Thank you for all the love in the chat. Mwah. Big love to all of you. And I will see you soon on the voiceover playground. Bye, everybody.